Now Keith Brown goes in and is able to pivot away unmolested to bring it back out for the Hawks. Floated one that came back over to Kartner. Tried to go further with it. What a hit by Lemieux. And the puck to the corner. Centering pass loose. A backhander that came from Creighton. And now Kartner has an exchange with Van Dorp, and here they go.
What a hit Van Dorp laid on Kartner. There was Van Dorp that steamrolled Terry Kartner at the blue line. Terry Kartner dug in front of the net. So that's about what we expected. Here's the original crush by Van Dorp, the shoulder right into Kartner's chest. Down he went. You know, I talked to Terry Kartner the other day, and one thing you don't want to do is get Terry Kartner mad. You know how that happens? You land a punch in a fight. Right now, all Van Dorp has to do is hit Terry Kartner once, and if they stand up, Kartner kind of goes crazy. He snaps. He admits that he's got something. He's got more energy left when he gets into a fight. And then all that has to happen is he has to get tagged one time for him to really lose it. You saw Van Dorp go up and wipe his forehead. I think Terry Kartner might have really tagged him with that left.
He's pointing to his left hand right now. Do we have another ejection? Does he have tape there?
Oh, you know what Koharski is calling? That it was the stick. That it was the stick that hit Van Dorp in the head. That's not the case at all, and Kartner knows it.
Philadelphia Bentley.
Five's up on the board.
Number 29, Terry Kartner. 5 minutes for fighting, 5 minutes for high sticking, and a game misconduct penalty.
Well, no question, we'll get another look at it. It didn't look as if Kartner had hit Van Dorp up in the forehead with his stick.
Van Dorp, 5 minutes for fighting at 42 seconds.
You talk about some bad luck for Terry Kartner. He got the automatic 5 and ejection in Detroit for cutting McKay inside his mouth with tape on his left hand.
And a game misconduct penalty.
And now here in Chicago on a Sunday afternoon for this, and let's watch it. You can be the judge at home. Now watch Kartner come around right here with the stick. Now that stick didn't land. I mean, his glove was into his face. It couldn't have been the stick, but watch the left hand now. Van Dorp's going to throw with the right, boom, right there. The left hand from Kartner caught Van Dorp. That had to be what hurt him.
Off the boards, looks back, but instead just controls. Fires, and a good save made by Hextall. Rebound in front. Wells able to knock it away. It is played on the outside by Roenick, and Bob Murray across to Wilson. Fires, stick save, rebound, score!
That is faith. Faith in the guys that are beside you to take their check and to make sure that they tie them up.
Samuelson around to get his own pass. Wedged off by Troy Murray. What do we have across here? Keith Brown and Rick Tocchet.
That's that gentleman you were talking about, Mike. And another gentleman off the ice, Rick Tocchet. Hey, you put on the gear, all that gentleman stuff stays at the door. For everybody. Doesn't matter if it's Keith Brown, Rick Tocchet, especially this time of year. Well, I, for one, am not unhappy to see Rick Tocchet going at it. There's the kind of view that the players have to, the pose that they have to strike to see the action, because it's down past the Flyers bench. Watch the top right of your screen.
2 minutes high sticking, 5 minutes fighting. Blackhawk penalty, Brown, 2 minutes high sticking.
Brown and Tocchet going at it along the boards. Tocchet went over there to give Shel Samuelson an outlet. Brown had pinched in. That's what happened.
Man, oh man, oh man. Is that to support the structure that's hooked around? Maybe they attach it to his forehead? Holy, I've never seen anything like that. Four-man wall there, and a headlock applied by Berube on Gilbert, and a little facial rub to go along with it. Thomas able to knock it loose behind. Hit on the play by Chychrun. Then Creighton after it. Ron Sutter jammed it along. Boy, what battling along the walls today. Here's Creighton again. Shoved right off by Chychrun. Comes right back again. Picked up by Thomas, and the two of them are down now. Meanwhile, Wells rolls on top of one of the Hawks, and more may be happening at center ice between Thomas and Wells. What What a war going on now. What happened at center ice? Don Koharski has his hand upraised, and now 3 Hawks around Craig Berube, who starts swinging away, and everybody gets a man.
Somebody better get in there pretty quick. Steve Conroy was throwing him at Craig Berube while I think it was Presley that was on his back. What started at center was after Thomas and Jay Wells broke up, Jay Wells threw a straight left to the side and clipped Thomas. Koharski saw it and was going to call it when Berube was surrounded by 3 Hawks, and Berube just started roundhousing in the middle of them, just trying to hit anybody that was wearing white.
Some people say the games don't have the type of grit that they had 10 years ago anymore. Well, they would have to look at this and say, maybe I'm wrong. This has been a hard-played game so far.
But watch Chychrun now. He keeps moving at Creighton. Boom, against the boards. Now watch Creighton come back. No way. Chychrun straightens him up. Boom, right down to his back. And up the ice they went, leaving them behind. There, Wells and Thomas going at it right at center ice. Thomas had his helmet ripped off, but there's the boom, there's the shot, the straight left by Jay Wells. You know, Craig Berube was surrounded by 3 Hawks. You got to know that Craig would say, I didn't like the odds there. There were 3 Hawks, 1 of me. They were maybe 1-2 men short.
Right. Well, they started the sing-song Hextall chant, and Hextall didn't do a thing other than stop 17 out of 18 shots. But Craig Berube will skate off now and head down the steps.
All right, we're going to see the crowd that ended up encircling Craig Berube. Creighton was there, Conroy was there, and Presley was there. They didn't leave him either. There's Berube just swinging at anybody. Got one in at Conroy, one in at Presley. Somebody's got to be a third guy there, don't they? I mean, even if just by being there by accident, both Creighton and Conroy had Berube.
Philadelphia penalties. Number 7, Jay Wells, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 17, Craig Berube, 4 minutes for roughing. Blackhawk penalties. Number 17, Wayne Presley, 4 minutes for roughing. Number 5, for the Blackhawks, Steve Conroy, a game misconduct at 18:22.
It's Acton peeling behind, looking for some space. There isn't much, but he's got it. Looks for Kerr in front. There'll be a penalty coming up to the Hawks as Kerr is just manhandled there and thrown down, and we'll get the penalty call. Well, there might be a little extra there, but I don't believe any more in the way of penalties. The Flyers will get a power play when we come back, and it'll be Roenick as well as Murray Craven. Puck won back now to Wells. Fakes the one-timer. Fires! Hit the outside of the goal. Raising his stick on the other side, thinking it had gone in, was Bullard. Puck trapped behind the net, then squirts out in front. Off of Doug Wilson. Hooked out in front by Tocchet. Drive by Wells. He scores! Jay Wells has tied the game. Tocchet gets the only assist on Wells' third goal at 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Here come the Flyers again. Mellenby hands to Berube, but the play was offside, and then Berube just hammered a shot anyway. 14:57 to go in the second. Colleen's got a dozen cookies ready for Jay as he's tied the game at 1.
Rick Tocchet, and number 32, Murray Craven, at 3:54.
There's no question he heard the whistle, and Chief decided to smash a shot anyway on the klooch.
Graham, the captain of the Blackhawks, tripped up by Sinisato. Puck to the corner. Samuelson shoulders there with Bob Murray. Along the boards, picked up by Sinisato. Spun off of Graham. Wilson, a shot. Pad stop. Extra. Rebound. They score! Here is Hecklin bringing it right back up. Dumps it, trying for Keith Acton. Shoulders there with Lemieux. Acton recovers the puck, but it's tipped away from him and scooped up by Creighton. Then along for Lottle, flings it off the boards, sent further by Acton into the players' bench, and now Lemieux there, and then a freight train from behind, and everybody getting involved.
The freight train was Jeff Chychrun. Keith Acton turned around to take a poke at Jocelyn Lemieux, and Jeff Chychrun, realizing that Lemieux has Acton outweighed by about 25 pounds, came freight training right into both of them. That's Adam Creighton getting up. He was the fourth guy there. Kind of grabbed Jeff Chychrun. Creighton's a big guy, 6'5". Look at Chychrun. Chychrun's about 6'3 and a half, 212. Creighton is 6'5 and weighs 215. It all happened right in front of the Flyers bench. A little Acton sandwich. Lemieux and Creighton. And then when Keith Acton turned around, Jeff Chychrun just freight trained right into them. There's Creighton grabbing Chychrun.
Bill, is the mental preparation for a game knowing it's going to be like this on the part of the Blackhawks and the Flyers different than usual?
I think so. Let me put it this way. If the mental preparation isn't there, you can't compete the way these teams are competing. When you're not mentally prepared, you end up on the ice, the opposition seems bigger, the opposition seems faster, and the opposition seems stronger. So if you don't reach that mental pitch, you just get freight trained all day long.
Number 3, Dave Manson, 2 minutes for high sticking at 9:50. Blackhawk penalty, Manson, 2 minutes high sticking at
9-4, Washington 1.
Okay. So that ties them with the Flyers for 5th.
Does it?
Yeah, for right now.
5th and last, yeah. What's the penalty called? High sticking? Couldn't hold up. And the Red Wings lost 9-4. That puts Washington into a tie now with the Flyers, both with 58 points.
What a thundering hit that time. And here on a breakaway is Sutter. Rising shot.
Just before that breakaway, here was a huge hit by Wayne Van Dorp on Jeff Chychrun. And you're right, he did play in Holland.
That means he speaks Hollandaise, right? Or Haagen-Dazs or something.
Something like that.
Oh, he's still got a little welt there
from the fight with Terry Kartner earlier in the game. Sure does. That baby looks as if it's still bleeding, too.
Still alive.
Now, Van Dorp played in Holland, but he played as under a Dutch passport. He was born in Holland.
Dirk Graham firing a shot, and making the pad stop was Hextall. That one glanced off the mouth of Doug Wilson. The only helmetless player in the game got caught on that one and has come to the bench for repairs. Flip back in, and we get a stoppage of play with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second. It's the Blackhawks 2 and the Flyers 1. That may have loosened a tooth.
Okay.
I think he was checking a tooth there for a minute, wasn't he?
Keith Acton talking over his near miss with Ken Reagan. Here's a look at it. Around Wilson, then around Hudson. Hudson was a forward gone back, number 43. Watch this collision. Now the stick from Cloutier goes behind the net, and when Acton gets up, he shot it away from Cloutier, and that's why Cloutier took a shot at him when he was skating out of the crease. There's the shot that Cloutier took on Acton because he had shot his stick away from him. See how far he had to go and get it?
3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the second period. Chicago leading the Flyers in a dandy game here from the stadium. 2-1. Puck dumped off to Murray. Shots in front, they score! Graham! Just into the final quarter. And the count I get, although it doesn't matter when you get to numbers that high, 3:01.
Okay, I'll admit to being off by 2. Here we go. Mellanby and Greg Gilbert are squared off over at the red line. Now tell me the crowd doesn't like a fight. Tell me that. All you people that want to see fighting banned, ask the people that go to the games what they like.
13 million came through the turnstiles last year, and they've all handled it in their own minds. They didn't build this place for concerts. That's why it is a thundering hall when the Blackhawks play or when the Bulls are here. Puck lost behind by Lottle. They try to center it in front. Lemieux does. It came in on Hextall, and he comes back with a stick on Jeremy Roenick. Berube with an extra shove.
He's trying to suck Jocelyn Lemieux into something. Hey, the Flyers have to be careful right now. Now Manson's calling out Tocchet. This baby ain't over. It's 3-1 Hawks. Big deal. Ron Hextall's got to stay cool. Rick Tocchet's got to stay cool. I mean, the Hawks have already pumped by 3 power play goals. They're 3 for 7. Now's not the time to flex. I mean, maybe with 2 minutes to go or a minute to go in the game, but not 2 minutes to go in the second period.
Hextall has faced 30 shots, including 20 in the first period.
Larmer from behind was trying to flush out Lottle, and then Lemieux came in to help. Watch Ron Hextall. He'll just cover up. Roenick just went in with a little poke. It was enough to get under Ron Hextall's skin, give him a little poke.
Eklund steers it across now to Murphy. Feeds it ahead for Keith Acton along with Kerr, a 2-on-2, and they collide, and Acton goes sprawling. Man, oh man. Acton has gotten up slowly too, and he's going to the bench.
He got crunched right in the rib cage, about 245 pounds worth of Tim Kerr. A crisscross attempt, Acton cutting across the blue line. He expects Tim Kerr to go behind him. Oh, it got right under his arm too.
Thomas trying to turn away from the checking of Sinisalo. Puck popped ahead. Samuelson tried to brush it loose. Bear hug by Murray. On comes Thomas across. Score! Sometime if you live the outskirts of Philadelphia toward Hershey to make it by face-off time. They expect a good crowd, but there's still room for you. Well, what do we have here? Hextall collides with Roenick. It'll be Roenick who will get the penalty.
Blackhawk penalty number 27, Jeremy Roenick, 2 minutes for charging at 14:26. Blackhawk penalty.
Sweet call.
Yeah, it was. I think that's a way of closing the discrepancy, you know it. But it's at a time when it's out of reach.
Yep. Well, Don Koharski has handed the Flyers a gift here, but I think the gift may have been a little too late, a little out of season. It was called a charge. Roenick looked like he was trying to at least get out of the way, but he is off for charging.
They had, by our count, 9 power plays, and they were able to connect on a third of them. And that was enough. Jay Wells in the last 28. This one for, oh, we've got Roenick going at it across the way with Craig Berube, I believe, isn't it? Or is it Wells?
No, it's Berube. Well, they had lots of time to throw straight rights. That's Gilbert for the Blackhawks, Samuelson for the Flyers. There's Roenick. He's up and all right. Berube is up now for the Flyers. Ron Hextall is playing pitch and catch with Jacques Cloutier. Koharski just came over and warned Hextall. Roenick heads one way, Berube heads the other way.
Well, this one is finishing the way it started. The first altercation between Karkner and Van Dorp got Karkner tossed at 42 seconds. 25 seconds to go in this tilt. Well, Bob Murray is out for the last few seconds. We're down to the last 10 here. Pass comes ahead to Thomas. Wheels on Jeff Chikrin. Time for one more shot. Check to the corner by Tocchet, and the shot isn't going to come. Siren goes, and the Blackhawks have won the game by a score of 4-1.